Well, we're going to start this show on a countdown in 10, 9, 8, 7, and we're back for the Walking Dead season intro discussion. Had to pull a Rick on you there.
Yeah.
What happened to one?
Don't worry about that. We not worried about one.
Okay.
This is on the reel after the credits, and we are every week we are gonna do an after show for The Walking Dead. This was the season 8 premiere, and joining me today I have Mr. Johnson.
How y'all doing?
A little under the weather. Maybe he's turning into a walker. Who knows? I will kill you in an instant.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Mr. Woods.
What up?
All right, we are here to discuss this opener. It is
Yes,
all out war.
Yes, sir.
Rick is back. He's with the crew. We have a renewed Rick, and he is kicking ass and not taking no names. So, Mr. Woods, let's start out with you. What did you think about the season opener?
I liked it, man. He delivered.
Is that so?
Yes, yeah. I mean, you're not going to get everything immediately in a season opener. Actually, I was fooled. I thought it was going to be about 90 minutes or something like that, but it was just
I was
60
like, this
minutes.
is short as hell.
So
That means they left you wanting more.
yeah, of course they did.
I expected more.
But it got you
season
right
opener.
into it. Let you know Rick is back. Let you know the group is together. Let you know that we're going after Negan, and we don't have time for one. Not even 5.
Not even 5. I was just like,
Not even 6.
F it.
Starting at 7.
Rick is all the way turned up.
Listen. I knew Rick was about it when Carl was trying to talk to the kid, and you just saw Rick running with
Just
the-
running
Like,
with the
man,
gun.
Rick was like,
I
F
shot
that
over his
being
head.
man.
Yeah.
Lucky you got that.
No, they definitely did their thing for this one.
He's like, look, I didn't kill him, man. Carl's like, that's not enough. Carl is too soft, man. I don't like that soft shit.
Well, Carl has decided to be soft now because somebody has
to
you
be
need
a soft
somebody-
nigga.
There's
Somebody
no-
has to be a
You
soft
need a
one.
Carl. I think they're making Carl the moral compass this season.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's
But
going.
let's be
Fucking
clear.
die
Carl
now.
has just shot people in the face.
And telling his dad, man, to fuck up. But now you want to be soft.
And he's looked at his father with the look
And
like,
told him, "Stop
why
being a
didn't you
bitch
kill
ass."
him?
Yeah.
And now all
But
of a
now
sudden,
all of a sudden,
Dad. Carl
There's not
was
enough
about it
hope.
last season. Yo, he gonna cut off my hair. So what, Dad?
this nigga Carl is getting his period, man. Carl is on this roller coaster of emotions.
He's
Carl
a
is a
teenager,
female,
man.
man.
Nah,
Carl's a
easy,
female.
man. Every teenager has.
Man, F out of here, man.
No,
Carl,
but
Carl
we
need to man up.
need somebody.
But Carl been getting on my nerves for the past couple years. Always some disrespect to his father. I don't like that dude, man.
Coral.
no, I like
Carl getting
him.
on my goddamn nerves.
No, but
He's going through his teenage angst
Yeah, word.
in the
He will
apocalypse.
get boxed in his face.
I'm gonna say I was disappointed because I was under the impression that this season was only gonna be one episode and it was gonna last about 15 minutes because they were gonna go straight to the saviors and they were gonna shoot Negan in the face and it was gonna be done.
So you thought they were just going
No,
straight
I thought
to the
like this was the
compound?
series finale, one episode. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
I mean, honestly,
Okay.
all of that long talking, like Rick could, if he wasn't in the long talking, he could have just shot him right in the face
I was wondering why he didn't
off
do
the
that.
rip. Like
And-
if you told him you was gonna kill him, why are you giving him a chance to? No, you're dead. That's it,
Does anything ever happen that quickly?
man. It's not. But you told
Not
him. It's
even
not
the
like
express aisle?
it's not like you sneak shooting him. You told him you was gonna kill him. He's like, I told you twice.
And he is going to.
But how dope
Yeah.
was that? No, honestly though, I did wonder like, well, hold
You should
on.
have shot him right in the face.
Daryl is doing his sniper shots with the arrows, like killing people.
Precision.
Precision.
Right? Why couldn't somebody hit Negan right there during the discussion when he's walking out swinging the bat? I'm
And
kinda
he's still
tired
out
of
there
Negan
for like
smiling.
20 minutes, standing right there, open target, and he don't even have a gun.
Well-
and you telling me not one of y'all, and you got snipers shooting people from 50 feet away with arrows and guns, and you can't hit Negan?
That's not how it works in the warrior world.
Man.
That's Rick's kill.
All of
That's
it.
no one's
so
kill
Rick is
but
the
Rick.
shittiest shooter, and he's the one who's been trained to do this?
Look,
You have
man.
to savor it.
Look, nah.
To understand the art of war.
Rick got to kill him. Although
Rick-
Rick is not gonna kill him, and they're probably gonna end up locking him up.
Come on now. We don't know that.
These
are
people
the
who's one
mysteries.
shot, one kill, and that you have seen them do it mad times from far, far away. And you telling me he's only 20 feet from you, and you shot 100 bullets a second at him,
Well,
and you
would
didn't
you-
hit him with one?
All right.
Okay,
so would
but-
you be satisfied with Jeffrey? Is
Dean
it
Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Jeffrey Dean
Would
Morgan,
you be
the comedian.
satisfied with Jeffrey Dean Morgan getting one shot to the head 15 minutes into the episode and then that's it?
Yeah, because why don't they just go kill
'cause I heard
the
he
Night King
supports
right
Blue
now?
Lives Matter, so yeah.
Oh boy. So, not doing that today. We are talking about The Walking
Dead, man.
That is
Walking
about
Dead.
The Walking
Okay.
Dead, man.
Dead.
It was a whole big controversy
so
about
here's
that.
the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say I was lamenting about the season starting. I was like, look, I know I'm gonna watch it because they already got my money.
They got me.
They have my eyeball money.
I'm gonna watch it every week,
And-
even though I thought it was subpar.
I went into this thing thinking, well, I'm you know, it's event television. You have to watch it. And then I watched it, and I saw myself standing up in the middle of the episode. I was like, oh, okay, you are all right. And
You
I
know
was,
you were a little excited.
I'm
I'm
saying
not
I was
even gonna-
standing
I
up
was-
because I was
okay.
excited,
I
and
mean-
I felt like when it ended and it was only an hour, which is supposed to be an hour,
Right.
I wanted more. And if they leave you wanting more, aren't they doing the right thing?
They
You're gonna
absolutely
watch
are.
it because you want to see how it turns out because you've been watching the show for 7 years. So it's just like you're loyal. You're already invested.
There's a lot of shows I just stopped watching.
I mean, I'm not even gonna act like when last season ended, I didn't jump up out my seat when what you call it? What's his name? The one with the tiger.
Yeah. Ezekiel.
When Ezekiel came with the tiger, Shiva, and then she jumped and almost caught Nick. Like I jumped out my seat. I was there, super hype. But this season, it's just like I hate to always bring it back to Game of Thrones. Hate to always bring it back to that. But after watching this season of Game of Thrones, it's like
Okay,
I was underwhelmed.
let me explain something to you about. Hold on.
Dead.
Walking Dead. But listen, you want to talk about Game of Thrones and why people don't die. Why did the Night King not kill Jon when they went on their Suicide Squad
To get the
mission?
dragon.
Don't pretend like
To
Game
get
of
the dragon.
Thrones
There
is
was a reason.
flawless.
It was to get the dragon.
Every show has their writing
I'm not
issues.
saying it's not
but don't compare.
Why was he in the
To
middle
die.
of the ice? This is not about.
It's not about that. So I'm just saying, don't bring
he
Game
was
of
to
Thrones
get
to
the,
guy.
to get the dragon.
That's all I'm
why.
saying.
His only point of getting them there was to get the dragon. He wanted that so that he
Okay.
didn't kill Jon.
You know what? I have
Okay.
my one Game of Thrones question. Why didn't
And Jon is Jesus. He
why
can't
didn't
die.
Sophie Turner? I can't even think of her name right now because I'm not in Game of Thrones mode. Why didn't Sophie Turner just tell her sister about Peter Baelish?
They
Well,
already
they
knew. It was just off
anyway,
camera.
we're not talking about that.
It was
We're not
off
talking
camera.
about it. We're not going there.
No.
Listen,
They already
we're
knew.
done
From
with
the
that.
first time
The
when they was under
Walking
the tree,
Dead
they knew
season
that
8
shit.
premiere.
Sky.
That's
Game
it.
of Thrones.
So
This is a better show.
the thing is, and if anybody at this table did not pretend, they didn't jump out their seat and say yes when Rick just counted to 5, gave him till 10, and started shooting after 5. When
I
you
did.
saw Rick smiling, when you
7.
saw Rick ready, 7.
Get it correct.
When you saw Rick ready to go,
He was
and he put the
itching.
fear of God in Negan,
was
you were
itching.
like, you know what? All that last season, we back, baby.
How do you feel about
It's a
Dwight?
couple things I didn't like. I didn't like the stupidness of Gabriel. It's just like, why would you trust this son of SOB who already clearly betrayed you? Why would you trust him?
But why would who trust him?
Why would you trust this dude who just
Oh,
sold
oh,
out
oh,
the
no,
whole
no,
damn
they had
town
it- they had
and
it-
told
Father
you?
Gabriel.
Yeah, Father
Yeah,
Gabriel and the
why would
and the
Gabriel trust
Hilltop.
this dude who was the former
Because
leader
he's a
of the
man
Hilltop?
of God.
F all of that. This dude just sold y'all all out and told you any one of y'all who fight now are gonna be dead.
He's
And
still
then
a
you're gonna try to
soldier of
save him?
God.
F out of here. I shot him right in the face.
Yeah,
F outta here.
but
Rick-
that's
Yeah,
why you are. And
Yeah,
Rick
that's
would have
why.
shot him in the face.
That's
but
why Negan got his ass.
But here's the thing. That is why you are not a man of the cloth. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but as a man of the
Word.
cloth who feels like there's a greater purpose here.
Everybody ain't to be redeemed.
Well, that's not what Jesus would say.
Exactly.
Who? Jesus the character? Or Jesus
No,
for
no, no,
real?
Jesus in
Because
this-
Jesus the character said, F that dude. We riding with Maggie.
Jesus, the character in the show, is turning up.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, what do we think about they're playing with time, right? We've seen Rick looking at
Old man Rick.
Yeah, we've seen old man Rick. We've seen
And he still
Rick
has both
with
his
the
hands.
tears in his eyes.
Right.
We've seen Rick standing over a grave. All of those are from different time periods.
Right.
And they're
It's
jumping back
season
and forth. So
jumping.
what do we think about what is going to happen there? What's the prediction? Who wants to start that one off?
Give that to the man over there.
What do I think is going to happen?
Yeah, what do you think it is?
Ultimately,
is it a
Rick is
flashback?
going
Is
to
it a
live.
dream?
That's what's going to happen. we I mean, maybe it's just showing you future seasons. Is he dreaming? What's up with like him and the light shining and the back and forth where he sees through the stained glass and he's just in wind whistling and then
I think
he's
that's
just
because
daydreaming?
things are going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah, whenever things like it's two people, it's like no, it's not. That's not never what it is.
Well, so all right.
Actually, I thought it
had
was,
some thoughts, but go ahead. What do
Okay,
you think?
no, I was just gonna say that I thought it might have. Obviously, he looked in distress, but I was thinking that it was a possibility that he had these kind of tears of joy.
All of it was him.
A form of release.
All of it was
relief,
him
I
being
should
hopeful
say.
about the future.
Because
all of that stuff.
He's looking at with the stained glasses going on and his eyes is watery. He's kind of he's building up or he's overcome with emotion, I should say. And then as far as Old Man Rick is concerned, that's just a time lapse, right? That now it's peaceful time and he's with Michonne, he's got Carl, he's got Judith. Life is good, man.
Something about Judith as well. How the hell is it Maggie not showing, but Judith looks at least 2 years older?
Don't worry about that.
Like that doesn't bother nobody
That's
at
not
all.
your concern.
No,
That's
it
not
bothers
your
a
concern.
lot of people.
It's not your concern,
But
buddy.
She got
I
2
just-
years older since the season ended last,
I just
and
figured
Maggie's still
that-
not showing.
Well, no, actually was no, that was in current time. But I was just thinking that maybe it's a possibility that it was tears of joy. That it's actually over. There's a sense of relief that's overcoming.
Okay, I'll tell you what I think.
Because Rick is always stressed out. Let's be clear.
Oh, he has to be stressed out. No, so here's the thing. I think that they are jumping. I'm not sure that the old man Rick scene is real,
Right.
but we'll see. But if it is real, I think that they're jumping back and forth in time because what they're saying is this war is for everything. There will be battles to come, but this war is going to decide what
All
the
out
world
war.
will be. But the thing is, they will succeed, and he will have
Of
his
course,
happy
it's Rick's
ending, but it will be at a cost.
Yeah,
And I think he's looking at those graves, and I think he's dying because this is going to go bad. They will make it out in the end, and they're letting you know that Rick will be okay, but he's going to lose a lot, and he's going to sacrifice a lot. And it may end up just being him and Michonne and Carl and Judith left.
Well, no, those graves were at the hilltop.
Judith is gonna die.
So Rick has yet to pay his respects to
Glenn.
and Abraham.
Wasn't those
No,
two
but no,
graves
he
Glenn and
already
Abraham's
went to the
grave?
hilltop though.
But I don't
The
remember
two
them.
graves that
I
he
don't-
was standing over.
yeah.
That wasn't Glenn
I don't know.
and Abraham.
I don't
know that.
remember him ever taking the time out to pay respect solely
mean-
to because they would have given you that shot, right?
I
Why?
kind of feel like they did though. I think he did
they-
go to the grave. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. But
So
I
whose
think
graves
that he
was
did.
that he was standing
I
over?
think someone's gonna die. It
So-
could be Maggie. It could be Daryl. It could be Carol. It could be Morgan. People are gonna die. Important people
Could
are
be
gonna die.
Michonne.
from
Right,
this.
right. And
because
I
Michonne
think
is the one with the poppin' movie career.
I think
Yeah, but she was in the old scene.
I think
the
you're
old
right
man-
about that in terms of what the
Old man Rick scene.
the graves and what that signifies. But I don't know if that necessarily means that there was someone else in that grave. I think that was just him
That's
reflecting,
gonna-
as you said, what this war means, what this future means for the survivors, or rather Rick's group. And so, and obviously the Hilltop, the Kingdom, everyone else, but what it means. And so looking at Glenn and Abraham and how they died and what their sacrifice means to the greater
Good.
if you will, of
Right.
Rick's group. So that's what I think that means.
It's not
So
about Rick.
It's not about Rick.
It's not about Rick. You're 100% right about that one.
Hey, what if this whole thing is
A dream
Rick,
sequence?
and Rick is dead, and this is just
Stop it.
him be?
Come on.
Out of here.
No, so okay, so I want to ask you guys
This is all in his head.
a few questions about the episode and what we. So what is your overall take on the episode?
Give us
Like,
your
what do you think that you got? Like, what are your thoughts? What do you have to say? What's bubbling up? You just saw this thing.
It was alright.
That was it. It was just all right to you.
Nothing happened. I mean, the story didn't move forward at all. No major players died. None of Negan's generals died.
Does someone have to die for things to go forward?
I mean, nothing really happened. It's just like, it's basically a continuation of the last episode, and they just went like straight into where Negan lived, shot it up, and they bounced. I mean, it's going to play out throughout the season, but nothing really happened. It's too early for me to say anything, but nothing happened.
Okay,
at all, except for Gabriel being captured.
Okay, but you understand that the Savior's compound is gone now. That's Negan's headquarters. He can't go there. Negan is on the run. The playing field is leveled, right? The world
Negan
is
has
different
a
now.
whole bunch more outposts.
I understand that, but they've been systematically attacking those. So
Yeah.
a lot
That's what
did
they're gonna
happen.
do, but I'm saying it's
They
gonna play out.
attacked the
It's gonna
throne,
play out.
right? So if that's gone, that's a significant plot point. That's a
Right.
significant plot turn. If Negan
That ain't
Negan's
necessarily
seat
gone
of power
because you don't know how
is
many people are
interrupted.
still inside
No,
that
you,
building.
you don't. But
And then-
they're not
yeah.
getting out. It's
How?
surrounded by
You don't know how many guns
tens
are
of
in there.
thousands of walkers.
So you think how the fuck is Negan gonna get out of there?
I don't know, and that that
So
means
Negan has, you don't know how many hundreds of people are in there. You don't know how many guns they have. You don't know however the fuck. It may have seemed like they did win the battle, because they said
but
Negan
then you
running.
can't say nothing happened.
But we don't know we didn't see anybody die or anything. So, I mean, nothing really happened.
So the only
That's
way
my
something
opinion.
happens is if somebody dies.
Nothing happened that moved the story forward. I feel like we're still in the same place. It was just another continuation to the fight that they already had. But until,
What do you constitute as something happening?
I told you, the only thing that happened is Gabriel getting
No, that's not what I asked you. Something you said. If nothing happened, what would
Right, in that
what would
general
need to
sense.
happen for you to consider that this moved the plot forward?
What would have needed to happen?
Yeah.
A major character dying. Beyond that, let's say them capturing one of Negan's generals, or them killing Simon, or them killing whoever. But nothing happened. I mean, it's gonna play out. That it's gonna happen. But as far as this episode, I don't feel like much happened.
Mr. Woods.
Well, I disagree. I think in a sense of, I understand where LeVar is saying in terms of impactful, in your face, somebody died, somebody got this, and why he said Father Gabriel had got captured. So
that's
that
it.
was something. But in actuality, you have they gave you a lot in a 60-minute episode. They're showing you where Carl's mind is at.
43 minutes with commercials, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, let's reduce it. So 43 minutes with commercials. They showed you where Carl's mind is at and potentially where he's going in terms of his belief and hope for the future, that you still have to give people a chance. I don't know all of a sudden why he got hit with that.
Morgan's
lightning rod.
just killing people without
Yo, that's what I want to
Morgan
say.
is
Morgan
not-
is, so
hold
you
on,
still
hold
don't
on.
like Morgan?
So hold on. And Morgan is coming around, right, where he understands
Morgan is
that
about
he's,
that life.
he's and where was Morgan at last season versus right now? They showed you
He's
right
where he
here,
needs to
right
be.
now. He's where he
But
needs
you
to
said
be.
nothing happened.
Hold on.
But
And
Morgan been on that since the end of last season.
he just came around because he saw that his
He was on his clear.
his friend
since
was
then.
his friend
Yeah.
was in danger, and so he had to take someone's life in order to save her, right?
But
you
now
see
he's clearing
the
everybody.
respect that what's her name, Carol and Daryl, they're back, and so and I can go through all the names and everything like that. I don't need to do that, but basically what I'm getting at is that you can see how with Rick and that group, everyone's on the same page. Now the trump card is Dwight. That's where it's interesting.
That's what I was going to ask you
You
next.
know,
Do you think
that's
Dwight
what
is going to
you're
betray them again? Or is he really down with them?
I don't know.
I think they're gonna pull on that heartstring and not let you know which side he's on until
Right.
the end, and then he's probably gonna end up sacrificing himself for them.
That's not how it happens in the
I-
book. I mean, they think that he's helping, and then he backstabs them. That's what happens in the comics.
But he did that already. And
No,
again,
he
I
didn't
don't.
backstab them. They thought he backstabbed them, but he didn't.
I'm not. I
And
never.
then it
Right,
gets Rick almost-
barring-
it gets Rick almost killed.
But that's what I'm
Here's the
saying. So
thing.
barring the comic, if we're going straight off of just what's happening in the show, as you know, well, you just said it about
a
in
different
terms of the
animal.
backstabbing, but
Yeah.
I that's where I'm kind of leaning towards, that you have to have, because how are you going to have drama? Nothing works out that
Do
easy.
you think Eugene is going to be back, with the squad, or you just think he's Negan?
No comic stuff, but I think he's just from the show. I think he's
A
with
bitch ass
Negan.
nigga.
Yeah, well,
Pardon my French.
Yeah. Yes, he's with Negan. I think he's just
Eugene
with Negan.
got to die, and I don't.
Yes, he
trust,
deserves to die.
What's his name with the messed up face?
Dwight.
Dwight. I don't trust Dwight's face.
You don't like the cut of his
I
jaw.
don't-
So just
You don't
off,
like
of,
to
off
say
of his
something
face,
that's
that's
it.
it. You
I
can't rock
never
with it.
judge a
Can't
book
rock
by
with
its
him, man.
cover.
Yes, I can. Look, he betrayed him already. You don't get a second chance with a face like
And
that.
I hope he burned in hell.
But he absolutely gave him the compounds. I think. You know what? So here's a better question. If
He-
we're all
so
in
far,
agreement.
it seems like Dwight is with them.
All right. So how about
But
this?
I don't know how it's going to play out.
How about this? Right. Since we're all in agreement that Dwight is potential, we don't trust Dwight enough. Right. What is
I
the
ain't gonna
purpose
say-
of Dwight doing this?
Yeah, he gains nothing to let them think.
Not adding your comic knowledge, but I'm just saying, just off the strength of what you.
What I'm seeing, it seems like he's down with them. It's just like there's decency to Dwight. And I get why, because even Daryl says, I get why you do it. But it's just like now that your girl is not there no more, he don't have no reason to
Right.
be Negan. You know what I'm saying?
Other than the fact that he's scared, and you can't trust him. He betrayed him already. That's it.
So, but why? So then that's
So
what I'm
he's
saying.
like-
but
you think he's
why
like
would
Reek?
Dwight do this? Then?
He's still on his reek. He's so broken that he think that he can't get away.
No, but Dwight was never broken. He was always a pragmatist. So it's just like what I'm gonna do because he's.
It was all
reaping-
about protecting his girl.
Yeah, but it's
but
about
she's gone.
protecting himself now, right?
So he don't have to be with Negan.
So again,
So he might be with us.
If it wasn't about protecting himself, because he's close close range to Negan.
Right.
He could just shoot him and take him out. Like that could happen. If
He can't
Yeah, but he
because-
has the fear.
Yeah,
Come on.
of
So that's what I'm
everybody else
saying.
telling
He-
him.
this-
He can't
this-
just
but
do it
this is what I'm
himself.
saying. So he's in self-preservation mode, and if it serves his preservation, he will betray Daryl and Rick.
Yeah, but I'm saying so. But why help them? Where's the preservation in helping them if
Because
he's
they may
already
win.
if he's already comfortable
Yeah,
with
but
Negan?
but
If-
they may win, and if they win, then he's dead. Why not play both sides of it?
Until,
And then you come to listen. This is 48 laws of power stuff. This is Machiavellian stuff, like
Right.
which is you stay you keep
Neutral.
both your options open,
right
and appear to support both sides in secret
until
but
one.
until you can decide who the victor is,
Right.
and that, or you think is the victor's going to be, and then you'll come down and it'll look like you're the deciding force, and then they'll trust you more.
But
Meanwhile, you was playing both sides.
But I get that makes perfect sense. But I'm saying then
I don't
if
like
he
that
was
plan.
already
Look at
Look at his
Shit.
face.
I wouldn't trust it.
He
To
was
quote-
already comfortable.
To quote the great Trinidad James, I don't mess with no snitches, so don't tell me who telling. Like if you
I
messing
don't
with
know
the
about
ops,
great, but
I'm being sarcastic. But without Trinidad James, you would never got Bruno Mars. Don't believe me, just watch. But so give credit where it's due. But I'm just saying,
2 cents.
if you messing with the ops, I can't mess with you, bro. I don't trust you.
Yeah, I mean, if he betrayed one group, he'll betray.
You be with the
another.
locks.
you be
You liked the episode, right?
I did. And
Now-
like as I said, I
It was-
think
Do
you
they
got a
have
lot
you
out
back
of it.
because you were lamenting?
I was watching anyway. You want to know why? Because I ain't got nothing else to watch.
No, but forget about whether you have something else to watch. I'm saying,
And we got to talk about something every week. So yeah.
do
Even
they
if it's
have
garbage.
your interest?
Yeah, and look, I'll be the first to admit that, and I think we talked about that previously.
Aside from required watching for the social norms of the water cooler conversation,
Right.
Is this something you actually are excited about this time, or are you just done with The Walking Dead?
No, I'm not.
I'm not done yet.
But
if it's if after the first 4 episodes, I'm not gonna be done with it because I want to see how it plays out. I'm not gonna stop watching it because I have nothing else to watch. But that doesn't mean if it's not good, I'm not gonna critique it.
as I always say,
But I'm not saying it wasn't good.
You literally just said it was.
I said it was underwhelming.
you absolutely said it wasn't.
At no point did I say it was garbage or whatever. I said it was okay.
I think
we have this
just-
recorded,
yeah,
right?
it's recorded, like it's
I didn't say
Like,
it
no
was
one's-
garbage, man.
no one's misquoted.
I said nothing really happened.
All right.
That doesn't. At no point I said it was garbage. You could rewind it right now, and we're gonna watch it again.
Oh, we will. But so
I didn't say that shit was trash.
So-
I said it's not as good as Game of Thrones to me because it's not.
it's
I'm-
also not Game of
it's
Thrones.
not Game of Thrones.
But let me ask you a question. What are you
I'm
looking
more
forward
invested
to?
and more excited for Game of Thrones.
What are you looking forward to this season?
What am I
After
looking
this
forward
after
to?
this opening, what has you hype? What
Do you
don't
think-
you care about?
because it depends. Like, there's no other bad guy besides Negan. I know that we're gonna see Negan's backstory because there's a comic out right now that you could go buy at your local comic book shop that deals with Negan's backstory.
Who cares
I mean, who cares about Negan's backstory?
about Negan's backstory?
There's going to be an episode about it, so you're going to care, and we're going to talk about it. So, a couple episodes in, you're going to care then, aren't you?
I'm not gonna care.
Are you going to talk about it?
Talk about that.
Oh, so it's going to be wacky. So I thought it was so good.
What
are you looking forward to?
Something that's going to happen on the
What
show,
are we looking
and you're
forward
saying,
to?
who cares? But you're saying how good the show is, so you make up your mind.
So here, okay, let's. I just want to touch on something right now for everyone.
Right
this
here,
is
right now?
a broad conversation. I think we live in a world now where everything is either a 10 or a 0. So if I didn't absolutely love it, it was a brick. And if
I didn't say any of that. I said it was all right.
and
I'm
if
indifferent.
it's just okay, then or it's above average, then it's a 10. And if you don't, and so we got to get away from that. Like, you can say I like this thing a lot, but here are the problems that I have with it. Like, that's a thing that's okay. Like, those two thoughts can coexist.
I agree.
Right? Everything's not either a 1 or a 10. And listen, sometimes something's an 8, and that's perfectly fine. Right? And sometimes things are a 7.5.
Like, you know,
or sometimes things are, you know.
Not to talk, I don't want to overtalk you, but like last season, right? Like that last episode, or even certain episodes, it was a tension. I felt no tension, or there was no point where I was on the edge of my seat this entire episode. You feel me? Not that say it has to be explosions or people, but there was no
There
like.
was definitely explosions this episode.
I'm just. I'm not saying that's what.
No. I'm not saying you.
Of,
Right.
But I'm just saying, I was not on the edge of my seat watching it. I was just watching how it played out.
Let me explain to you why I was very happy and satisfied with this episode. I had to watch a whole season of Rick cowing down and being submissive. And it was hard to watch last season. And
You got your manhood back.
And seeing him come back, he has a plan, he is confident, and he has put the fear of God in Negan. I got my swagger back. Like, that is the biggest plot point in over a year. Right. So, to me, we are back. Like, Rick is back, and the show is at its best when Rick is back, and when Rick means business Grimes. So, to me, I am back on board. And before I watched it, both of you know that I wasn't excited about coming into this thing.
Right.
But after seeing that, I'm hyped now just to see Rick. When Rick first came on the screen and somebody's talking, I'm like, yo, Carl, why you listen to this guy?
Right.
The same thing I'm thinking. Rick just comes out, bow.
If Rick had a shot him in the face, if Rick had a shot him in his Ross clout, like, I would have been like, yes, if he, you know what I'm saying? Even though.
No, but
we don't, because we still don't even know. I feel like that dude is going to turn back and bite Carl in the damn ass.
Of course he is.
Obviously,
so if Rick had shot him in the face, I would have been happy with that.
Yeah, but the show doesn't work if you just shoot everybody in the face as soon as you meet them.
But there's a certain elevation of energy.
From guy I spy him fit die.
All right.
Rick elevates the viewers.
All right. Okay, right? Mr. Woods, just tell me what you're looking for, because we're getting ready to wrap this thing up.
No problem.
What are you looking forward to this season? What do you think that this episode led you to believe will happen this season? What are your predictions?
Well, so real quick, I'm cautious, but looking forward
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic. Thank you. Cautiously optimistic for where The Walking Dead is going. And I did think to myself, I had to retract and say, wow, they're trying to keep an audience for this long in terms of the subject matter that they're dealing with. I mean, obviously it's The Walking Dead. That's it.
I think they should do a musical episode.
No, stop it. Come on. But
you gotta switch it up, man.
But for them to go with these ebb and flows of the story, I could definitely
see Ezekiel doing that shit.
Look at how well they're doing. And since I was on the fence about where The Walking Dead was going in terms of the stories, and then here they come with this 43-minute episode, right? Job well done. And so in terms of where it's going, the first episode shows you that the group is back, Rick is back, they mean business, they go on to war. In terms of the length of where the direction, I want to see where's the wolves. I want to see those garbage people.
Oh, they got the Garbage Pail Kids?
They got
Yeah, I don't know what the name of their group, but
Ooh.
them. You also got the
They can't even
ladies.
speak proper English.
You got the well,
Like the
come on.
world has only been over for like 5
month?
years, and you all of a sudden you just lost all.
That's it.
like, You
That's
just
it.
speak in complete broken English.
You talk to garbage cans.
It's like,
all
oh,
day.
you lost all your
What is
books
there to
with your
say?
wordy words.
There's still the ladies who have
Speaking
to get
the
involved.
true.
You know what I mean? That the I don't know. Did they wind up? They took the guns, right, or something like that? What had happened with that?
It's like after
Well,
the
they
big
made
boom
this
boom.
deal with the. You mean the garbage people?
No. The
No, the ladies. Yes, they
Yeah,
took
yeah,
their
yeah.
guns, but they said you can come fight with us, and they didn't want to. So I think that is gonna.
You think they gave them
Come
back
back.
their guns yet?
No, they said you can come fight with
They
us.
said you could come.
It's
fight,
like, oh, you gonna die.
and you left it
shit.
alone. So yeah,
Y'all finna get raped and
I
pillaged.
think it's gonna be. They're gonna make it big, man. They're gonna make it a really big thing.
I think this whole season is about war and going. I think obviously you're gonna get some of those like character study episodes, but I think this whole season is gonna be like jumping in and out of like guerrilla warfare battle, right? I think that
And where they're gonna slow it down is what with the characters and where their each of their minds are at in terms of what the future is gonna look like.
It's
Yeah.
why should be a bunch of episodes where it's like, oh, shooting and them strategizing, and then a bunch of everybody daydreaming about a better tomorrow.
But wouldn't anybody's mind naturally go into that when you're fighting?
I don't
want
want to see that every episode.
That's how
but
you're
hopefully
telling the
not.
story. You gotta think. You're thinking, what does
I don't want
freedom
to see
look
them
like?
thinking about purple mountains raining and amber waves of green,
And we're not even gonna get super technical, but anybody's mind would
which is
think,
exactly
what does
what Rick was
freedom
dreaming
look
about.
like?
Oh, Purple Mountain's Majesty and all that shit. America.
hey man, why everything got to be dire all the time, man? Let Rick get some
dream of
happiness
some
a
shit.
little bit, man.
Yeah, let him get some more Michonne.
And then listen, they're going back and forth between that happy time and this action-filled time, and then the time of sorrow. That's what it's about.
And another thing that happened this
a
episode.
time to laugh, a time to cry.
Another thing that happened this episode, which was major, was Jesus making that announcement publicly about
Yeah,
the
he was
support for
yeah.
Maggie. So that was the start.
It's
Obviously,
like,
the power shift has always been going on. We know that. But to outwardly say,
I'm
we're
actually
backing Maggie.
looking forward
big
to
deal.
this little so-and-so
What's his name?
coming back to the hilltop and trying to order people around. Ooh, when Maggie get her hands on
They're
it.
going to ask him, where's Gabriel?
Ooh, I can't
They're
wait
going
for
to ask
it.
him, where's Father Gabriel?
All
And he's
right.
going, oh,
They're gonna put him in jail. They're
Season 8 predictions, so we can wrap this thing up.
Season 8 predictions. Negan ain't gonna die. Simon might die. That dude who Carl put the food for is gonna betray them. And basically they're not gonna kill Negan, and they might just put him in jail. That's what's gonna happen this season.
All right.
Those are my predictions.
And I think that we are going to lose either Daryl,
We're gonna lose
Morgan,
Gabriel.
or Carol. This
Carol.
season.
No, Gabriel.
You're not losing
Uh,
Daryl.
Gabe, maybe, but I just don't know if I care about Gabriel. Like when he goes, like I'm saying, we're gonna lose
I
a
still
major
don't give a
player.
crap about Gabriel. Even though he's redeemed himself, I don't give a crap if he dies. I don't give a crap if Carl dies. I haven't liked Carl since the Shane shit. It was F Carl since the Shane shit.
That's a long time.
That's a long
time
time.
to
holding
hold
on
the
to a
grudge.
lot.
Forever. Forever,
Exactly.
ever.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, I
But
think
you get
Carol
like how much
possibly.
disrespect have you given his father, and his father just trying to make sure he live, and you was there supporting this dude who there banging your mom over me?
Well,
Yo,
kid-
F
kids-
Carl, dude.
kids-
That's why you
yeah,
got one
kids
eye
make-
right now, son. That's why you got one eye.
Kids make
F
kids make
Carl.
dumb decisions, man.
Yeah, F him. F him.
Well, yeah. So I think there's their mindset probably with the direction of where the story will go this season is where everyone is envisioning what freedom looks like for them. You know,
I honestly think that
live
the
in a-
future vision is going to be relegated to Rick. and
just
Rick's
solely
point of
to
view.
Rick. Okay.
But I think we're going to lose major players this season because this war is going to cost. And again,
It has to. You have to.
It's all
It might be
there's-
Michelle.
the home bases. No, people aren't going to be there. Like people will need to defend it.
Right.
But it's gonna be like it is gonna be, every inch is gonna have to be earned from every side, and that's why I really love this episode. Aside from seeing Rick back,
Right.
the playing field is leveled. Like Negan can no longer go around swinging his bat. So the thing is, now that Negan has, and again, this doesn't mean he's like scared or anything, and
Negan ain't scared at all.
But again, he knows that he can't
defeated.
come at Rick like that, right?
He has to strategize it, but
let's see the two bulls in the pen, because now it's two bulls in the pen. Now we're gonna see who is who and what's what.
And
I'm excited about that.
There's definitely gonna be episodes where Rick and them is gonna catch L's.
Yeah.
Right now they on their winning streak, but they're gonna catch them out.
But
and when have you?
Hold on 1 second. Negan just caught 2 L's in a row.
But you know what's gonna happen?
So I'm excited.
Another thing that's gonna happen is, spoiler, Ezekiel is going to.
Easy.
You asked me for predictions.
Okay, so this is your prediction.
But
Ezekiel finna die. Shiva and Ezekiel are going to die.
That's what you think is gonna happen.
It happens in the comic books.
We just said keep it comic.
If you ask my predictions,
that's not a prediction.
That's a prediction.
All right. So we got the predictions. I told you what I think. I think it is either going to be Daryl, Carol, or Morgan that is going to go.
It's finna be Ezekiel and Shiva.
And the thing is, the contrast is this victory is going to be bittersweet. And what else is bittersweet? The ending of this show. So I am, again, your host on the reel after the credits. I'm Steve. You can find me on your favorite social network, as long as it's not Snapchat, at Steve A.M. Johnson. Mr. Woods, where can they find you?
Why Woods, why not? Across the board.
Across the boards, or whywoodswhynot.com.
Whywoodswhynot.com.
Mr. Johnson.
You can find me up in your girl and in the particulars down there.
You can find him at Marty McFly on Twitter and at the.dude.abides
with a Z.
He likes to color outside the lines.
Send angry DMs.
Yeah, which I ain't gonna read.
All right. So, but it's not about what he thinks, because he's an asshole, and it's not about what Mr. Woods thinks. It's about what you think.
Why do you think me and Dane cool? We're assholes.
Do you think that Rick will win the battle for the world? And
of course he is. It's Rick's story.
Do you think that Carl will lose his other eye? Do you think that Michonne will heal up?
Just no eyes.
Tune in next time.
Do you think that Maggie will ever have that damn
baby?
On
The Walking Dead Z.
Did her stomach get smaller in her third trimester?
Look,
like, man, the baby is the like she has the baby, Benjamin Button baby.
What if the baby's a zombie inside her?
Don't do that. That's not cool.
Would be terrible.
But it's just like
stop.
Yeah.
And on that note, tell us what you think. We are out of here, and we'll see you next week.
Later.
Deuces. And it's a wrap.